And do you know that 63% of people are unhappy with their jobs? What if you had received the right career guidance at the right time? Would your choice have been different? Maybe you would have been a stand-up comedian today, or a content developer, or maybe even a scientist at NASA. My name is Pooja Iyer, and I'm the founder of ASPIYER, a career counseling and education consultancy. The world of careers has exploded beyond our wildest dreams. There are nanotechnologists, virtual reality and game designers, renewable energy specialists, food technologists, social media influencers, YouTubers, bloggers, sports consultants, big data analytics. The list is endless. And this endless list actually ends up being very confusing, both for parents and students, in trying to decide the best career option for the child. As a certified global career counselor from UCLA and a Gallup coach, I have devised a module to help students identify their career path. We explored various career options and then identified the students' strengths and matched their passion and skills to arrive at the right career choice. We then help the students choose the right courses and provide them with the prerequisites for admission and help them get admission into the best colleges in India and abroad. If you would like to explore different options and identify the best career for your child, do reach out to us at the details given below. In the upcoming weeks, we are going to be talking to experts from different new age careers to understand how they got started on their journey and what are the different skill sets required to succeed in that profession. So do stay tuned and subscribe to our channel for regular updates.
So thank you for joining in for this small introduction. Now I'll hand over the stage to Pooja Iyer, who will take it forward. Over to you, Pooja.
Thank you so much, Jayant. A very, very good afternoon to all of you who have joined us today. And thank you for making the time to be here. My name is Pooja, and I'm the founder and CEO of ASPIYER. Now, my objective primarily is to provide students with information so that they can make the right career choice and have all the information they require to do that. Today, we will be talking about YouTube as a career option. Now, back in 2005, when YouTube started, nobody could have possibly imagined the impact that it was going to have in our lives. YouTube today is a part of all of our daily routines, right? It's something we turn to when we need even the help with the slightest thing. Maybe we're looking to find a recipe to bake a cookie. Maybe we're looking to assemble a toy. We're trying to find out how something works, or we just want to listen to music. For everything, we come back to YouTube. And did you know that 400 hours of content are uploaded to YouTube every single minute? It's the second most popular search engine in the world. Now, back in the day when YouTube actually started, it was actually more of a personal thing. Like people would post videos of themselves, their families, their pets, and just simple videos that were put up online. But today, things aren't quite the same because YouTube has grown into such a large platform that it's actually become a viable career option. But that is if you play your cards right. Because having a successful YouTube career isn't as easy as one might imagine. You need determination, you need consistency, and you need dedication to churn out video after video and still keep viewers interested and coming back for more. Now, you can become a YouTuber by creating a video and uploading it online. But if you want to make it a career option, it totally depends on how you can take it forward. Now, there are many people who make money via YouTube, either by ads, sponsored programs, product sales, promotions, etc. So you need to figure out how you can actually reach that level. Statistics have shown that over the next few years, 1/3 of online activity is going to be spent watching videos, okay? And video content is going to take up more than 80% of internet traffic. So though YouTube may not normally be considered as a conventional career option, there is a definite potential there. And if any of you are interested in this, I would begin suggest that you begin and start putting it into practice. Okay. You have to first think about what you are good at, identify what genre is your specialty. Okay. And you need to basically equip yourself with the right knowledge. So getting a college degree in the relevant skills that are interesting to you will actually take you a long way. Because if you come to think of it, today, YouTube is a medium that we're using. Tomorrow, there may be new platforms that are coming up. So when you have actually studied and equipped yourself with the right skills, it's easier for you to look at different platforms and make a successful career out of that. So just to understand how the different elements come together, I'm going to take the instance of a video. Okay, Giant, could you please share a screen now? Now, if you look at any video, you will have, so if you look at any video, there will be someone who is the anchor of the video, okay, or the host or the content delivery specialist. This is basically the face of the channel, correct? So if you think of Superwoman, if you think of PewDiePie, could you guys name a few YouTube channels that you'll watch regularly? What are your favorite YouTube channels? Okay, guitar tutorial like Smosh. Okay, so basically the face of the channel is the person who is doing the content delivery. Okay, now for this, you have to generate content regularly, okay, on a consistent basis. Now, while it's very easy to come up with the first few videos because then you're all excited, you have stuff you want to share, doing that regularly and consistently sometimes becomes a bit of a challenge, which is where the next career option comes in, which is a content writer, okay? Now, the content writer is basically someone who's creating all these ideas back end that the content delivery or the anchor is then going to talk about on the show, okay? Now, this could be someone who is good at writing, who's maybe done a course in journalism, who's done creative writing, because you need to constantly generate content, okay? And that's important to keep your YouTube channel up and running. Now, a lot of YouTube videos are initially shot on the phones. Okay, now we all at home are excited. We want to try something. We take a video of ourselves and then upload it. But as you become and grow bigger and become a big time YouTuber or an influencer, you need to have a professional team and your videos have to be done in a very professional manner. So here it opens up career opportunities for audio engineers, for photographers, videographers, editors, special effects editors, lighting specialists. So both in the production and the post-production phase, there are numerous courses which you can look at specializing in. And then we come to the point where you have all this content, but you're unable to effectively reach your audience, okay? That's why you need social media or digital marketing. Now, any content generated has value only if people are consuming that content, right? So digital marketers are the ones who help promote your content. So either becoming a digital marketing specialist or looking at SEO, SEM, an affiliate marketing expert, these would be career options that would come up over here. Now, as I mentioned earlier, 80% of all internet content is going to be in the form of videos. So imagine the huge scope for someone who's interested in creating video content, correct? Sometimes you may not know exactly where you fit in. Like in the instance that I told you, there are so many different roles that someone can play. So where exactly do you fit in the whole dynamic? So we at Aspire also help students identify what their strengths are, what their aptitude is, and we have expert career counselors who can direct you towards your best career fit. If we look at careers in YouTube, we have to know that it goes way beyond just recording a video and posting it online. Okay. At the end of the day, any job or career has to generate an income. And this is a concern I hear from a lot of parents whose kids want to become YouTubers. Which is why it gives me great pleasure to introduce our guest for today, Mr. Anil Palala, who will be talking to us about the business of YouTube. Now, Mr. Palala is the founder and CEO of Silly Monks, one of India's largest digital content publishing and distribution companies, with the largest YouTube MCN network or multi-channel network in South India. He started his journey as an audio engineer and is a self-confessed audiophile. He has over 19 years of industry experience, has worked in radio with Big FM, coloring, blacktones, is a serial entrepreneur and an investor. Did you know that Silly Monks is the first digital entertainment startup in India to actually be listed on the National Stock Exchange? Now, I guess that's heartening news for some parents who are worried about the earning potential through digital media. A very, very warm welcome to you, Mr. Palala, and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Pooja. I'm glad I'm here speaking to so many future generation talent here. And
thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
So just to get started, now, can you just tell us a little bit about Silly Monks? I mean, I just mentioned our multi-channel network, but what does that exactly mean?
Silly Monks is primarily an entertainment company where we started as a YouTube multi-channel network. Our goal is to nurture talent and make video as a primary business for them, or primary career for them. And there is a process that goes through, right? So it's very important that we thought, setting a process. I mean, of course, for any company, we can't actually provide services that we are doing for everyone, but we have to create formats for them to learn and grow in this platform. So that's where Silly Monks has started. And we today manage about 600 plus channels in various genres and various kind of content that we see. Yeah.
That's fantastic. So I think a lot of people want to know, everyone is excited about YouTube and everyone wants to look at becoming a YouTuber. I think a little bit of understanding about how the business of YouTube works, what is OTT and how does this actually convert into a business model?
Okay. So to be precise, earlier it was only YouTube, and now today, if you see, it's things have gone beyond. Okay, it's more of a brand that you're building by yourself, right? When you become a YouTuber, say for example, you're a food creator, you're a brand by yourself, right? So it's important for a brand to be present across the platforms, and every platform has a uniqueness by itself, right? So YouTube is a long format, Facebook is a short format, and every platform works as a marketing platform for you to build your audience, right? So the more audience you have, the more revenue streams will unlock for you.
Okay, so can you tell us about how, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm here.
Can you hear me? I'm sorry, I think we're having some...
I'm here.
Okay, great. Yeah. Okay, so so you're saying it is possible to then monetize YouTube. So it is possible for people to make, and how would that work, sir?
So YouTube is an open medium, and basically anyone can start a YouTube channel and start putting the content and start monetizing it. But there is a set criteria for it. You need to have 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers minimum for you to enable the monetization. Yeah. So the only thing is, when you're starting a YouTube, it's not about creating content for everyone. You need to create content for yourself, right? So I mean, say for example, you are a singer, and you wanna make career in singing, and you start singing, right? So when you're singing, you have to believe yourself and start making music which goes for yourself, and people like you are you becomes your loyal fans, right? So in principle, when you're starting a channel, first you need to define yourself. What is that you're going to be? And you need to be very clear about your communication, that I'm going to make music content, and this channel is all about music, and it's all about my music, right? So that communication need to be mentioned from day one, and that's what keeps the fans that who are following you are looking forward for your music alone.
I think that's a great point that you mentioned, sir, because a lot of times I think people think that when you're on YouTube, you're trying to create content for someone else. But I think, like you mentioned, you're actually looking at creating content for yourself. So that's where it has to begin from.
Yeah. So even, I mean, people are like you, even 1% of them convert for you as a subscriber, that's a huge number. Right?
Correct, that's
So,
true.
yeah.
And what would you say are the most like popular genres on YouTube?
On YouTube, see, entertainment has always been the majority stake. But when it comes to independent creators, music, food, DIYs, anything. I mean, there's no limit for it. The beauty of being a creator is whatever that you do, you have audience. Okay, I mean, people, as I said just now, like people are like you. Think in the same way. And if you're making makeup videos and people, I mean, it's not like there are hundreds of makeup artists on YouTube, right? But everyone has their own way of uh, um, um, what do you say, creating their own way of makeup, right? So there's no limit for it, and people who believe in themselves and the way they're making the content uh, will start creating that loyal fans.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, what you're saying is, okay. So now let's take an instance of someone who is an absolute beginner. Okay, who's interested in creating a YouTube channel and wants to get started. What would you suggest are the steps that he can take, and what is the path for him maybe over the next couple of years?
So to begin, until unless you jump in, you don't know the depth of the whole career, right? So you need to start somewhere. So one, you need to decide what is that you want to make. Two, uh, you need to make consistency on the content. You need to create bank before even you launch. You need to create a bank, at least like up to 10 videos within your space, whatever that you're trying to plan a lot, do a lot of pre-production and prepare yourself. Make sure that there's at least 10 videos that's there in the bank, so that there's no you're not missing out on a specific date, because you are promising. I mean, fans are very important, that you have to respect them. And when you're promising that every Saturday, you have to lock a day, like, every Saturday a new video is coming, then you have to make sure that the video is going out. So to maintain that consistency, I mean, of course, you have your own, when you get into the flow, you'll have so many things coming in, and you should not miss out the video on that particular week. So creating a bank will help you to maintain the consistency. The more consistent you are, I'm not saying that your first video is going to become a hit. There are days for you take any of the popular YouTubers today, their first video would have got only 100 views, right? And when you see that 100 views, it's very depressing, actually. So what I have made so much of work, and only 100 people got to see this video. So that's the first step for you. And when you maintain the consistency, you never know, your fifth video or sixth video will start firing up, and all the content that you have created in the past are going to start working, because people started getting to know about you, and they started deep diving into your content.
Great.
Right?
So is there possibly any magic number, like maybe 10 videos once you've created, then there's a chance of it working out, or maybe 5, maybe 50? From your experience, have you seen that the certain amount of content that once generated?
So usually when you start, it's a myth. Okay, so why we say viral is a myth. It's not. You can't make viral content. Okay, you can only make content, and if the content has potential, then it'll go viral, right? So uh, you need to believe in what you're doing, and consistently keep pushing it. Every video is a learning, right? So when you made the first video, you'll know people. I mean, YouTube gives you so much of deep analytics for you to understand how this video is working and which part of the video is working well. What is that people are talking about in the comments. Based on that, you keep making. You keep improvising your content, right? So based on the audience uh, uh, reactions, right? So when you're actually evolving in this whole process, you're actually getting closer to the audience because you are making what they are looking for. So automatically what happens, people, when they like the content, that's when they'll share it. Okay. So you start
So do
multiple.
you think someone just liking and commenting on your video is important, or sharing is important, or do all of them play
Vice
an
versa,
equal role?
because when you engage with any content, then the YouTube is such a system. It's an algorithm where it'll start, whenever you open YouTube, it'll start suggesting that particular creator's content because you have engaged with that particular creator earlier, right? So any action that people take, whether liking, commenting, or sharing, it is going to
Correct.
add value for the channel, and
Correct.
the system will think that I know people are liking this content, and I think I should start suggesting this particular content in this particular uh, relevant keywords wherever other content is going on, right?
Got
So the consistency will help the system to evolve, right? When you start a new channel, it is a new channel. Okay, YouTube also doesn't know what you are actually going to create. So when you start creating content, the algorithm is learning, the AI is learning about your channel, and the more it learns, the more every video is, whenever you're making a video, every video you're making a right title or right description or right tags, right, relevant tags. So
Right.
the system is learning and it started identifying your content based on more engagement that you're getting. That's when the system will start identifying and start pushing the content.
Okay.
So the
So
moment the
you're
system
saying the
starts,
title and description and tags are actually very important for the algorithm to be able to pick up
yes,
your videos
yes, and we
and
have to
then
be very relevant. We can't just, people usually what they do is when people are starting the channel initially, uh, we should not stuff the keywords.
I'm sorry?
We should not stuff the content. I mean, like,
Okay.
if there is food, you might find 100 keywords. Okay. But it is not mandatory that you have to put 100 keywords, because if you put 100 keywords, then you are stuffing the content. So you're confusing the system that, say you're making chili chicken video, example.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And when you're making chili chicken, you can't put pasta and all in that, though it comes under food category, right? Because you are actually going out of the radius of the algorithm, and you are getting irrelevant for the system,
Correct.
right?
So you're saying a certain amount of research on what would be the right and most relevant tags and keywords should be done prior to
Yeah,
just
yeah,
posting it.
correct.
Because they're saying put tags, don't just put 100 tags into your video.
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
when you're making the video is one part of it, and to reach the right audience, you have to spend ample time of, it's very important to get the right title and the description, the tags, and
Got it.
the weightage is more. Making is only 10%. 90% is how you actually position your content.
Oh, that's interesting. So making is only 10% and 90% is positioning the content.
Yes.
Wow. So one of our viewers has just said that they started a YouTube channel about a year ago, and they have only about 25 subscribers. What would you suggest to someone like that? What do you think they need to kind of relook at or rework on to kind of increase their
So
subscriber base?
I'm sure that that person would have just stopped 1 year back. You would have put one or two videos and stopped. That's why it's stuck at 25 subscribers. So I'll tell you, right, when you stop the channel, okay, it's like a cycle. Okay, when you pedal, initially it will be 5 kilometers, and then the more you pedal, it reaches the speed, right? So even YouTube is such. When you start pedaling, you should not stop it. You stop it again, you slow down, right? So when you're uploading, and you have to maintain the consistency to maintain that speed. If the day you stop the videos and you are taking a 3 months break, the channel is literally going down. It's going into complete halt. So it will take the same effort again to bring it back. It will take another 6 months for you to bring it back.
That's
Right?
a fantastic analogy, Mr. Anil, because that's so true, correct? So unless and until you're constantly generating content and you're constantly giving them something, then you're not going to move forward.
Yeah.
Superb, superb. So because sometimes when people look at YouTube channels and they look at popular YouTubers, they're like, oh, even I want 1 million subscribers, even I want 2 million subscribers. So there's a lot of excitement and it seems very glamorous, at that point of time. But there's actually a lot of work that goes into it, right? Back end. It's not that easy to,
It's to set up. I mean, for you to become make online as a career, as a creator, it's okay. It's very rare. Out of million, one will get overnight subscribers. But it's a 1 year exercise. I mean, for you to create that audience, for you to create that volume, for you to that consistency, you have to have the conviction to respect your audience and adapt your content the way how the response is coming in. So it's a constant exercise, and you also need to work on how to, like, as I said, today it's more of the brand than the platform, right? So today you have YouTube channel, and you also need Instagram, you also need Facebook, you also need multiple platforms. It's very important because every platform has their uniqueness. So YouTube has long format, as I said, and Facebook and Instagram works as a tools for you to drive traffic and build your audience in each platforms, right? So the more audience you get, so that's when the volume starts creating. That's when the revenue streams will start unlocking, taking from YouTube advertising to brand associations to tomorrow. Many other things can start unlocking. I mean, say for example, you're a food chef. Television is looking at you. Many workshops are looking for you, where for you to create that multiple revenue streams.
Great. And to be able to, begin to tap into these multiple revenue streams, do you have to be like a partner with YouTube? Like, for instance, be a part of your multi-channel network?
So I'll tell you, see, YouTube is a public medium. And as I said, anyone can create a YouTube channel and anyone can start. Okay, there's no stop over there. There's a reason YouTube has created enterprise partners like us. Okay, MCN is a jinx word, but we are enterprise partners where we come up with, we are here to create that layer of making sure that the content is following the guidelines of YouTube platform. See, every platform has guidelines, right? So they don't want, I mean, so it's all interlinked. The kind of content that you're making, the kind of advertising that's coming, they should be relevant, and it has to be win-win for both the brands and the creators, right? So when you're making money on YouTube, even the brand has to make money, so that that's when they start investing more onto the creator, right? So to create this ecosystem and to create this whole maintaining the what do you say, the quality of the content, that's where we come into the picture as a network, where we help creators with the best practices to maintain the consistency and make sure that they are following certain steps. It's not mandatory. Every creator has a different case studies, right? It's not going to work in the same format, but you need to adapt from those best practices, right?
So how would it be possible for someone to become a part of your network or a network like yours?
So the basic criteria is same: 4,000 hours of watch time and 1,000 subscribers is a minimum criteria to get monetized or even to be part of the network. And
so you're saying 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, is it?
Yeah.
Which would be approximately how many videos? If someone had to get 4,000 hours of watch time, how many videos would
it could be even one video can make that. If it's about the repeat of the content, right? Like, so even if you're making 5 minutes of content and the more people watch, the hours is count, the minutes are piling up, right? So for you to reach that 4,000 hours of content, even 5-minute video, a lakh, 2 lakh views also will convert that to the 4,000 hours.
Great, that's good. So, so what advice would you basically give youngsters who are looking at starting out in a career in this line? And is this something you would suggest? Would you suggest this as a career option for your kids also?
Of course, because I'm seeing, I mean, my creators in our network, I'm seeing how what kind of revenues that these guys are making. I mean, there's some creators makes more money than me.
Okay.
Right. So it's a very serious business, guys.
What would you say is a ballpark figure of, how much? Of course, it varies from creator to creator, but how much
Okay, I'll
do you
tell you
think?
the revenue streams has evolved. I mean, I started seeing I got into YouTube in 2010, and I've been seeing I mean, there were days where we used to see for a lakh views, we used to see some what do you say, nearly what 2 to 3 rupees per CPM, that is 1,000 views. So on an average, you are making about $200 to $300 for a lakh views.
Okay.
That was happening in 2010, but the periods has changed, the volume has increased. So the CPM rates also has come down. I mean, where we used to make 2 to 3 rupees per CPM, today it's less than 50 paisa. So, but still, though the CPM prices has come down, but the volume has increased. The volume has increased like 10 times more than what we used to see in 2010s. Those days, for us to get a lakh views was the excitement that you get today as a million, right? So it was a huge struggle for us to get that 1 lakh views for a video. But today, because of thanks to Jio, the numbers has jumped like 70% in the overall run, and the data prices has come down, and it's video on demand. There's a difference, right? When people are watching some TV and watching on their mobile device, so the control is what making people spend more time on to the digital content, right? So there is there's no limit for what kind of content you make. There is no specific suggestion that you have to make only music video or you have to make only short films or something like that. It is all about for every type of content there's audience for you, and when you decided what kind of content that you're going to make, then you have to stick to the genre.
Okay. And are some genres more popular than others? Like if someone is looking to start a YouTube channel, would there be something that's more like a better chance of succeeding in a particular genre?
I'll tell you one thing. Just a week back, okay, in Kerala, one of our close creator, he just started like the channel like 10 days back. He's an introvert. I mean, that's what I heard from my friends. And what he does is he just roast TikTokers. I mean, like, when not TikTokers, any creator
Okay.
who are making these fun videos on the video, right? So
Correct. A
what he
roast,
does
yeah.
is, so he shows that video and he just gives his expressions watching that video. Like, so in a week, that guy got 2 million subscribers. Can you beat
2
that?
million in 1 week.
2 million subscribers. I mean, there's nothing in the video, but
Oh my gosh.
you have audience for that. People are finding something funny in that, right? So there is no specific, you have to do such kind of video. It's working for him. It might not work for you. Maybe it could be because of the way you look or the way you are expressing is different from him, right?
Correct.
So, so it's very important for you to identify what is that you want to create. You need to find your uniqueness and then try to bring that out, than trying to do what others are doing.
Yeah,
Because
because
they're
I
already
think
there.
there's no fixed formula for a video to be able to go viral, right? It's not like, okay, if you do these 3 things, then it's definitely going to succeed. I think each video is consumed differently, people respond to it differently, and
yeah. So as I said, like, the system will teach you every video that you're publishing, you're evolving from that video, and you have to make those course corrections. You made 10 videos, and out of your 10 videos, maybe third or fourth video worked great. comparing to all other videos, third or fourth video got more views. So then you need to go back, see that third video and see what kind of content it is and why it worked. Okay. So you need to create similar kind of content which has worked for you, right? So that's where your audience has started looking for you. And you maintain that, if you start adapting to that content, and then you start seeing the growth in subscribers, the engagement of the content and all those things. And here guys, on YouTube, it's not about the views. Forget about the views. Past views are past views. It's all about future, what you make. And the system works more on watch time. The more the content is consumed, the more the channel will get suggested in the system, right? So you have to, it's not about the duration. There's no limit for the duration. You can make 5 minutes content or 1 hour content. It is about the percentage of the length of the video. So the more percentage that you get on the video, the system will start pushing you more.
So I heard someone talk about suggesting that at least make videos which are about 15 minutes long, okay? In which case, even if somebody watches like 10% of that, then it increases your watch time. Is that accurate, or does the length of the video really not make that much of a difference?
I mean, it all, what do you say, there's no specific reason like that. There's multiple reasons the system works, right? So it's about the percentage and the duration of the video. Okay, and the reason people tell you to do more than 10 minutes is to get multiple ads. Okay, so the system will allow you to put in-stream videos. I mean, you can insert the ads in between the video only after the 10 minutes duration. Right, below 10 minutes, you'll not see that option to insert the ads. So you, end of the day, you're making videos to generate more revenue, right? So if you have longer videos, then you will have an option to insert the
ads. So it does make sense to look at longer videos.
It does make sense, but it has to, I mean, you can't stretch just because you have to make money.
Correct.
So it all depends on the concept that you're developing, and it doesn't matter, don't worry about the duration. Even if it is a 5-minute video, if it is creating impact, let it impact in the multiple, it's so getting a lakh views for a 10-minute video and getting 500,000 views on 5-minute video makes similar kind of revenue, right?
Correct. Great. That's fantastic. I think this is a lot of information for us to kind of process and understand, because I think everyone puts up a video and expects it to just kind of get subscribers, to have people watch it. And it becomes very disappointing when that doesn't really happen. So trying to see how we can plan and structure. And would you suggest a good time to post? Like, because they say sometimes people are online at a certain time. So even in social media, they say Thursday evening is a good time to post, or Saturday morning. Do you have, in your experience, any particular idea of what's a good time to post?
Pooja, actually, this varies for different kinds of content. It all depends. Like, if it is entertainment content, and if it is comedy, for example, you're creating, this kind of content works great in the evening times, because that's when people just getting relaxed, and that's when they they're about to leave the office or something like that, and that's when they spend time on getting consumed with this kind of content. And it all depends on the type of content. If you're making recipe content, there's no time limit for it. I mean, there's no specific time. You can publish anytime during the day also, and it will still work, because there are people making food in the afternoon, there's people cooking in the lunch, dinner. So people are searching for content, so that most of the people watch it and try to experiment, right? So
correct.
So it all depends.
So they can be searching for content at any time of day.
Yeah. So you need to identify. So there are tools for you to identify where it will tell you over the period. I mean, you'll not find that in the initial video. You need to have at least 10-15 videos to get the data.
Okay.
Right? So once you see some volume in your content, that's when you can start analyzing the content and decide which timing is working for me. What kind of keywords are working for me. So it's all you will evolve over the period.
And the analytics of this, like you said, is this YouTube analytics that you can access, or you'll have to use like a paid tool to study the pattern and see how people are responding?
YouTube gives you majority of the suggestions. I mean, of course, YouTube won't suggest you to in terms of keywords and all, but it will give you a lot of insights of the age group that you have and the watch time and which countries that you're making more viewers and all those things. So you have that kind of data, but you need if you want keyword suggestions or understand the weightage of your keywords and all. There are so many third-party tools which can help. Like for example, there is vidIQ, there is Viduli, which can help you in terms of they have plugins for your browser. So as soon as you add the tell you the whole ranking of your video.
Great.
So based on the ranking, you start making few changes in that.
Okay, fantastic. So one of our viewers had a question. Medha wanted to know that we spoke about particular genres, correct? So someone is creating like something related to food or maybe music or whatever. What happens if they want to create content? Create a YouTube channel but have different content in each video. One could be a recipe, one could be a song, one could be artwork. Would that format work?
Absolutely, that will also work. So that is more of telling about yourself as a person, and you are trying to create audience not through your content. You're trying to create audience through your personality.
Okay, for your personality. Okay, got it. Yeah.
So, so even for, like for example, you are making recipe videos or even the music, right? It's not about the song all the time, right? So just by launching one song every week is not going to work for you. Okay, people want to engage with you in person. When they subscribe to you, they want to engage with you along with your song. So when you're making music, so 1 week should be music and rest of the week should be more of engagement activities where you're discussing with give that additional content for people to know about you. So the more you let people know about you, the more the loyalty that builds around you, right? That's when you become influencer.
Okay.
Right.
That's fantastic, Mr. Anil. Thank you so much. You've just given us a whole bunch of information. I think it's going to take time for everyone to process all of it. But so, and any words that you'd like to share with our students who are looking at a career related to YouTube?
So, guys, it's not about you being a creator is only one part of the role. Okay, so for you, you don't have to be a YouTube creator. I'm not a YouTube creator, but I'm part of this ecosystem, right? So when it comes to YouTube, as in the initial in the starting of this video conference, Pooja was telling about various roles within the ecosystem. Right, you have production, you have pre-production, you have business development, you have social networking. So all these roles has a defined what do you say? I'm not getting the word.
So yeah, all the roles have their own space, right? Everything is part of the ecosystem.
You can't just make the video. You need the team to work on it, right? So you can choose as an editor. You can choose to be an audio engineer. You can choose to be a social media manager. You can choose to be a business development guy. There's a lot to it, right? So entertainment industry itself is revolves with many roles. I mean, like when it comes to films, it's 24 crafts, right? So many of them don't know about this 24 crafts, but they have their uniqueness, and they have. I mean, it's a niche area for you, and like what do you say? When I was an audio engineer, I didn't know about audio engineers. Like, no, it's alien for me when I got to know about audio engineer. Like, no, by then everyone is like, either doctor, engineer. Only these two things were primary, but there were so many other career options, right? So audio engineer was such a career. It's fun, it's entertainment, and it's serious money.
That's fantastic.
So it's always good to find. It's always good to find a career which is niche. That's where you stand out much better.
Absolutely. Very, very true. Yeah. So thank you so much, Mr. Anil Palala, for joining us today and sharing this valuable
Pleasure.
information with our students and parents. I think because for us to understand how the whole business of YouTube works was also a bit complicated. So we said if we know how things go, then it also gives us an idea of, is this a line we want to pursue? Is this what we want to do as a career going ahead? So thank you so much for all your insights and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you. And if anyone has any questions, they can come. They can definitely reach us out, and we can suggest all the possible support that we can give.
That's fantastic, sir. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Pooja and Anil, before we sign off, there's one question that one of the audience had asked earlier.
Sure,
One
sure.
I think most. So some of them are kids. So they were talking about how is it possible for us to create content consistently with studies and education and sports involved. So do you have any perspective on that?
See, when it comes to kids, of course, when you're creating a YouTube channel, it allows you to create an account only plus 18. So we can't create an account for kids, but it's under parents' guidance, and parents needs to decide how to manage the time. And definitely, it's not it's not like you have to work every day for YouTube. As I said, if you create a bank, then it won't interrupt his main stream of education, right? So if he's if your kid is a sports person, or if he wants to get into painting or music, and if he wants to present that on YouTube, he can create a multiple videos. I mean, take a day or two in a holidays time and create multiple videos and keep it as a bank to publish the content, and so that you can balance that whole.
Correct. And it doesn't necessarily, does it have to be once a week? Is that required? Or can it just be consistent? Maybe every fortnight that you put something out?
So it's very important that we maintain consistency, that whatever the day that we are promising, you should not miss it, because people are expecting that.
Correct.
So as I said, it's like when you stop publishing the content, then the channel will go into it will stop performing, and the algorithm will stop identifying your channel. So it's important to maintain that consistency and inform. Like even if you're going for monthly one video, communicate that. Right?
Great. Yeah. Makes sense, sir.
Preferable is weekly.
Preferable is weekly. Okay, got it. Yeah. Jayant, were there any other questions for Mr. Palala?
No, I think we pretty much done with all of that, and he's answered them all perfectly fine.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, sir, for all your time and joining us today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So just coming back to some of the other questions I saw, someone was asking about what would be a good editing software to use. Someone wanted to know that if you need a camera, do you need a camera to shoot, or can you just shoot it on your smartphone? So what we're looking to do is we also want to encourage students who want to look at YouTubing as a career, and at least get started, right? Because whether it's going to become a career for you is still something at a later stage, okay? But right now, what we want to look at is how can we get you started on the process. Jayant, could you please go to the next slide? Right. So what we are trying to do is we are actually going to be conducting a masterclass. It's called YouTubing 101, because for people who want to get started on this process, it's going to be useful to understand how is it that you can actually begin working with YouTube. Okay. So we've actually planned, I'm just going to go through the agenda of what we can look at, because a lot of the questions that you'll have asked me now will be answered by looking at this program. Okay, so initially we're going to look at a 2-day program. This is going to be on the 20th and the 21st of June. And we're going to do 2 hours per day. Yeah. So the first day, we're going to focus on why YouTube, what is the kind of content strategy. Now, someone mentioned, okay, shall I look at posting different videos? Someone wants to specialize in a particular genre. To try to understand what is the message that you want to get out there, first of all, okay? The second thing is about creating an online presence, okay? Now, if you are going to be talking, you need people to like you need people to respond to you, and you need people to engage with you. So how can you, through your body language, through your diction, through public speaking, be able to connect with the audience and create your online persona? Okay, and then we're going to get students to even do like a practice run. So we're going to get you to shoot something and send it to us, or we will look at how you can improvise and what you can do to basically get better and get set for your YouTube channel. Now, this is going to happen on day 1. On day 2, Jayant, could you please change the slide? On day 2, we're going to go into more technical aspects. Okay, now here we're going to go into camera basics. Whether you have an actual camera, whether you have a phone camera that you're going to shoot from, what is the kind of lighting and audio that you need to have, the setup that's required for that, what kind of editing software do you need? Because ultimately, even a video which is simple can be made to look very jazzy with the right editing tools, correct? And also putting it together. So you need to basically create content that's interesting and that's exciting for your viewer to look at. So what are the different kinds of editing software? And some of you already have YouTube channels started, and if you do, that's fantastic. But if you don't, we can also help show you how to create your YouTube channel, how to upload your first video. And even if you've already done it, we're going to look at how we can improvise it better, correct? So we're going to look at videos which you've already made and give you feedback on what you can actually do with that to take it to the next level. The next slide, please. And following these 2 days of 2 hours each, we're going to do 4 hours on that day. We're going to still be in touch with you over the next 1 month, because as Mr. Palala said, you have to begin to constantly generate content, correct? So over the next few weeks, we're going to help you and handhold you to see that you can actually go ahead. So we'll do the first video together and we'll post that as during the sessions. But after that, you still need to go back and continue to make your content, apply what you've learned, right? Whether it's your online presence, whether it's how you talk, how you present yourself, whether it's how you edit, either, everything has to start practicing what you've learned and then upload your next video using those techniques that have come in. So you're going to get 2 assignments after that, one every 15 days. And then you come back and then you publish a video after that. So you get a sense of how it works. And if you need to reach out to us for something, you can reach out to us. You can send us a message on WhatsApp and we can discuss and give you some personal online interaction. So the total package for your YouTubing masterclass is going to be a total of 7 hours. Okay, so 2 days at the beginning, and then we're going to meet at certain intervals after that. And you will also get a certificate of completion. So this is, for us, we felt that a lot of times we have people coming to us and saying, okay, I want to do this, but I don't know where to get started. And we said, let's help you with that process. Let's help you get started. The next slide, please, Jayant. So this, of course, is going to be something. Normally, we charge 9,000 for this course, okay, because it's an extensive program. We go through almost 7 hours of interaction with you and help you get your stuff up and running and teach you a lot of techniques that are going to be useful. But since you'll have been nice enough to come and attend this webinar today, we're going to offer it to you at a special price. Next slide, please, Jayant. Of just 3,600 rupees. Okay. So this is absolutely a steal, because you can actually get a whole lot of information and begin to start posting regularly by going through this masterclass. So we really hope that it's going to be of value to you, because a lot of questions that you guys were coming up with will be answered through the course of this. There is a little QR code there in case you're looking at scanning. If you would like to get more information, we'll send you an email. And if you'd like to receive an email, just put your email in the chat box. So we'll send you these details and then you can decide if you'd like to go ahead for this. Yeah, great. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jayant. Would there be any other questions that anyone has?
I don't see any, but we can keep the session open for anybody to come on board and ask us any questions.
Sure, sure.